Comedy Kitchen with Chef 𝐬𝐫 was recorded on a cell phone in front of a fake audience. What?
Called layers. Okay, the first layer will be some soup, and the will be a 3, 2, 1. All over. 3, 2, 1. Comedy Kitchen with Chef 𝐬𝐫 to be back. 3, 2, 1. All over. 3, 2, 1. That's right. You never know when I'm going to strike. That's right. Comedy Kit. 3, 2, 1. All over. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, Chef 𝐬𝐫 right here. That's right, welcome to YouTube. Welcome to Comedy Kitchen with Chef 𝐬𝐫 on YouTube. I think we're coming up to 107,000 or 108,000 subscribers. We're well over 1.6 million views for this pretty face. Today, I'm filming this now about a month before Thanksgiving, so you can use this for Thanksgiving or any time during the year. You know the stuffed cabbage rolls with the tomato sauce, and they roll it up and they stick the rice in the thing, and they try to make them like little, soldiers and line them up and bake them? No. We're gonna wilt the cabbage, season the heck out of it, put the other fixings together, and put it in a casserole and bake it. So let's get going. I'm going to bring you over to the other Chef 𝐬𝐫 who has all the ingredients ready to go, and he's chomping at the bit. Is it chomping or champing? Champing. He's doing something to that bit. I don't know what. Go. Thanks a lot, Chef 𝐬𝐫. Great to be back with me. You know, folks, there's an old saying. The simpler the ingredients, the worse the dish. No. Stop it. Stop it. We're going to start with the pound of beef. I'm using turkey. You can use that too. Ground beef, please, or ground turkey. And a medium onion chopped up. 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, the same. Let's get that out of the way. I like to say that this is the star of the show, but there's really no stars. It's kind of like everybody's equal. There's just a lot more of this. This is about a 2.5, 2 3/4 pound cabbage. See what I did? I cut it into squares, rectangles, triangles, whatever you can do. And I just separated as good I can. It's separated as good as I can because if I don't separate, there's no good. Nothing's good at all. Anyway, do that. Put it in a bowl. And we need to flavor this stuff. So I have some Italian seasoning we're going to put in there. I'll tell you how much and when. Black pepper. I'm going to make about 28 ounces of bouillon, which is better than bouillon. Just mix it around with hot water. Boom, get done. And you got a little oil for the frying. More flavor, Worcestershire, or Worcestershire for all you peoples. Yeah, I'm telling you how to talk, right? And any pasta sauce you wish. So let's get over to the stove and fry this stuff up, with this and with this. All right, this, that, and the other thing. I'll see you over at the stove. ● olive oil. It's organic. Get it at, believe it or not, Walmart. It's our sponsor. It's great stuff. I wouldn't be using it and teaching with it if it were not the greatest out there, especially for the price. I mean, come on, Walmart. Look it up. Go to the freaking guy that sits at that really high chair at the office in Walmart and say, hey, where's this ●, man? Thanks, ●. Got the oil down. Chopped onion down. Get that pan nice and hot. We want to cook some stuff. We don't just move it around the pan, all right? By the way, I have a cup of uncooked rice that kind of got away from me in the beginning there. Anyway, have that around. Rinse it once. I don't like sticky rice. If you like it sticky, that's okay. Any kind of rice you want. Long grain, short grain, halfway grain, any kind of grain. Just go with the grain. Move this onion around. Has to get soft before you add the garlic, but not, flimsy, because we have a lot more cooking to do. We're going to bake this whole thing in a 9x13 casserole dish. in the oven, but I'll tell you about that a little later. Let's just get this stuff softened. Little salt, season in layers. My friend 𝐟𝐸𝐫𝐿𝐫𝐿𝐫 grew up on his show back in the 90s. I wasn't crazy about the BAM thing, but I think he was forced to do it because people liked it, you know. Got to have a gimmick. Now my gimmick is incredibly good looks. That's why I never show myself on the camera, right? I got a face made for cooking. It's been about 4 or 5 minutes. See, it's getting nice and brown around the edges, nice and soft. I got my garlic here. Like I said, was the 3 or 4 cloves. I like it chopped really fine. If you can grate it, even better. Fresh garlic, folks, the way to go. I know I don't use that all the time, but I got a cooking show, you know. I got time constraints. Would you give me a break? And you want to toast this garlic. As soon as you smell the garlic, add your next thingy. I have this pan on a medium high, so this stuff is cooking fast. Don't get scared of that. Okay, to this, my ground protein. I didn't say beef because I'm using turkey. I don't know why they say, like in restaurants, okay, you would like a salad? Okay, now would you like a protein with that salad? Yeah, let me make a couple of jumping jacks and do some push-ups. It's not a gym, it's a restaurant, you know? You can say, you know, give me some meat, man. You want to brown this? That ground pepper making its first appearance, as much or as little or as nothing as you like. And mixorama. Now additional flavorings. I have some Italian seasoning here. It's got some basil in here. It's got some oregano. About a teaspoon. Don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. If you like a really insane, I guess, Italian taste, you can go with more, but I just like, a teaspoon here, a teaspoon and a half there. You got more stuff to add, so keep it on the DL. I don't know. I don't know how to say anything that sounds young these days. DL, I don't know. Used to be the disabled list in baseball. Now they call that something else because on the DL took over for it. It's like a revolving thing of sayings, and I'm getting real tired of it. Next thing. More flavoring, Worcestershire, just a couple of spurts. Maybe that's about a teaspoon or 2. And you see all this water's coming out of the meat? That's what you want. As soon as that meat gets brown, we're going to add our next situation here. And my tomato sauce. I think this is a 24-ounce bottle. Just get it in there. It's okay. It's okay. Get it in. Now after this, we're going to put it aside. And we're going to start really, really pounding that chopped up cabbage that we have. And I want it to be wilted. I also want it to have some marks on it, It's always, those marks always, just like barbecue, right? Those marks mean flavor. So I want to really not burn it, but, let it know that heat is around, Heat is afoot. That's it. Let it know that heat is afoot. Looks good already, man. Looks good already. All right, a little more salt. Now, if it's bottled on that sauce, it's already salted, so I added just a little bit. But if you're using the equivalent of tomatoes, you got to salt it, folks. I'm telling you, you got to do it. It's starting to look like those cabbage rolls, right? Like the inside of them, anyway. I'm going to let this go about 20 minutes. To get it really, really melded together, let the flavors meld and say hello to each other and hug and kiss. And then I'm going to be back. We're going to start talking about this, a couple of other things, making the casserole and putting it together, and then the cabbage I told you about. A lot of stuff, but simple. It's simple, complicated, just like my life. I'll be back. So I've been taking the cover off, mixing it around, and look at that browning darkness. It's also called flavor. You just move it around, see that? Oh man, it's almost crispy. So It's still not where I want it to be as far as the wilt. Now we will be cooking this in the oven, right, with the tightly closed. But just in case, give it maybe about 1/4 cup. Let it steam itself and cover it fast. Lock in all that deliciousness. Now bring it down a little bit to a medium low. Make sure no air is getting out. Let that stuff wilt. Now look at this, nice and wilted, but still al dente, to the tooth, which is what it means. But you knew that. All right, cabbage, I gave it some salt. I want to salt everything, you know, say it together. I'm waiting. In layers. Here's what I'm gonna do. I got my rice, all drained. After rinsing it, I can already feel the way it's popping out of this pot that it's going to cooperate and not clump up. But you never know. And if it does, so you got clumpy rice, you know? I mean, there's worse band names out there. Ladies and gentlemen, the Clumpy Rice. See what we're doing here? Well, we're mixing it. Jeez. See what we're doing here. See the high sides of this pan? Nice high sides. That's because we're going to pour some other liquids in here. All right, let's get our delicious meat, tomato sauce, whatever, mixture in there. If I seasoned everything right, you don't have to do anything else with the seasoning part. And that sauce thickened up as it sat there, which is perfect, because now I can control the liquid that goes in here via this, what's left of that 28 ounces chicken bouillon. Don't be fooled. See this rice? It's going to show up when this thing's done cooking, trust me. So I'm going to cook the rice in with this thing a little bit now, and then in the oven at 350. How's that? Let's just start it here, you know, let it plump up just a little bit. Start thinking about putting that oven on 350, by the way. Just mixed up again. It's all mixed up. The bouillon tends to separate a little bit when it sits, so just look at the bottom of the thing, and you look at the bottom here, see? Well, you can't see, but I can. And I wouldn't put the rest of that 28 ounces in there, but pretty close to it. Just make sure everything's covered, mixed together well. And remember that bouillon, it's very salty, so be careful with your salt, folks. All right, it's not really showing up the way I want, so I'm going to do a little more. I'm going to bring it up to a boil and then bring it down to a simmer and cover it for about 10 minutes and then put it in the oven, 350, finish it off. After I put it into the 13x9 baking dish and cover it up really tight with that foil. You know how it goes with rice, right? That looks good. All right, I'll see you in a couple of minutes. I'm going to cover it now. Just like this. Later, Gator. It's been 10 minutes. Take a look. Oh yeah, it's getting there. Let's mix it around a bit. 13x9 is all pammed up and ready to go in that oven with this inside of it. Look at this. Oh my God. But we want that rice to really cook through. It's almost there. I gave it a taste. Or a chew, whatever you call it. All right, so let's get this here. Smoothed out. I'm a big smoother. It's the OCD in me. You folks know at home what I'm talking about, I think. Some of you. All right, let's put this here. And we're just going to do this. Mounds of deliciousness. Give it a smooth. And I'm going to tightly wrap it, like I said, in that foil. And you might want to put this on a rimmed cookie sheet because it might bubble over a bit and get some juices all over your beautiful oven. I will not come to clean it, but I do windows. I said do. And cover it up, 350. Go about 45 minutes. Just get it nice and tight. want to cook the you-know-what out of that freaking rice that's left not cooked in there. All right, I'm going to get the cookie sheet, put this in the oven. I'll see you in 45. Ladies and gentlemen, cabbage roll casserole without the rolling of the roll. My lens is fogging up. It's just out of the oven. Man, little parsley on top, and you got it made, folks. So listen, try this, make it. No need to roll. No need to roll. I'm going to send out t-shirts. But beautiful, beautiful stuff. I'm going to take me a gob of this and gob it right down. Remember, subscribe. Please like. Please tell your friends. I want to get it. This week we might hit 2 billion views. All right, not really. But we're getting there. Once again, Chef Sal signing off from Comedy Kitchen with same Chef Sal. See you next time.